Hi, first grade. For math today, you are going to be doing some pages in your workbook, but you are specifically asked to complete the pages using a vertical new group addition. All right, so I just wanted to give you a brief and direct video on how to do that. I've done it before. It was in the last video, but this one is just this particular method. And the reason you want to be able to learn this method and understand how to do it is because when you get older, when you go into second grade and third grade and so on, you'll be adding large numbers sometimes and you won't be able to use a calculator. And sometimes the numbers are too big for your head. So this is going to be your best bet to solve those. So let's just do an example problem. Let's say I have the numbers 27 plus 35. All right. Now, now this is written vertically. That means up and down. If it was horizontal, it would look like this. If you are given a problem that is horizontal, like the one on top, and it asks you to turn it into vertical problem, this is what you would write. You would write it this way. Now, the reason why stacking the numbers on top of each other is helpful is because it is showing us each digit in its correct place. So you can always imagine that there's kind of an invisible line that divides the different places of the digits. And because these are two-digit numbers, we know, sorry, let me erase this. We know just by looking at these numbers that there are only two different values within the number. In 27, we have some tens in the 2, right? And some ones. We have how many tens? 2. And how many ones? 7. In the number 35, we have 3 tens and 5 ones. Because remember, for place value, we always go from right to left, nice and confusing, starting with our lower ones, tens. If there was another digit in these problems, that would be our hundreds, and then it gets hundreds, and then it gets bigger and bigger, that direction. So because of the way the place value is, this is how we're going to solve these problems as well. So you're always going to want to start sort of the opposite way that you read, right? Normally when we read left to right. When we do math, we go right to left if we're doing it out on a paper like this. So the first thing I want to focus on are my ones place. So I can even cover these up for now. All right. Don't mind my DMV notification. All right, so what are our digits we're looking at? Well, we're looking at 7 plus 5. 7 plus 5. Now, we could solve this mentally. I could borrow one over here and then get 6 plus 6. But I know that 7 plus 5 is 12. So I have 12. Oh, shoot. You cannot put a two-digit number in the ones place. You can't. You can't do it. Anything greater than 9 is not going to work in the ones place because then it will become a 10. So I have to think about the number 12 and figure out how many tens and how many ones are in the number 12. Well, I know that there are 1 10, right? There it is. There's 12. There's 1 10 and there are 2 ones. So the part of my 12 that's going to fit down below the 7 and the 5 is the 2, the digit 2, because that can go in my ones place. But I'm not done. I only have 2 for my 12, so I still have a 10 left. So I'm going to take that 10 and bring it over to my tens column, to my 10 place. Now, you can either show this, sometimes people will show this by putting a 1 up top. That's just called new group above because it's above the numbers. But I like to do new group below because that just makes more sense to me. But that's what I do. So I'm going to put the 1 right here. It's a little squished. It looks like it's crossing the line, but that's a 1. Now, in reality, if you remember, these numbers here, they're not really just 2 plus 3. It's really 20 plus 30. But the way it looks when we go to add, we just worry about adding the digits almost like they're ones, but they're not. They're tens. So that's why it's okay for us to put that 10 below. It's really like putting this 1 and 0 here. But we never show the 0 because it's just silly to. The 0 doesn't add anything to the problem. So I've completed this side. Now I have to add my 2, my 20 plus 30 plus 10. So Don't forget about that extra 10 that you borrowed and you brought over here. So I start by saying 2 plus 3 equals 5 plus 1 more equals 6. 6. So my total is 62. Now, I know that you could have done this many other ways by counting by tens, adding the number mentally in your head. But for the sake of learning this skill, for your math pages today, for your workbook pages, which is page 250 to 252, there are 3 pages, and there are quite a few problems, okay? And it's up to you to practice the correct way. So if you have your math workbook out with you, we can do the first one together quickly. And you'll notice, oh, I don't know why it starts on 6, that's okay. So we're at top of page 250, and we're looking at problem 6. It says 53 plus 38. So again, you're actually going from right to left, the opposite way that you read. So let's first look at our, let me zoom in for you. Wow, look at that. Amazing. Okay, now again, let's just cover up. Let's cover up our tens because we don't need to worry about that right now. So what are we adding? 3 and 8. Well, 8 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, okay. Can I put 11 down there? No, I can't. But if I break 11 apart into its tens and its 1, it's going to be 110 plus 1, 1. So I'm going to take the 1 from my 11 and place it right there. And I'm going to carry my 10. Now, they don't leave a lot of room for us, so you could add your 10 above. And remember, you can just show it by writing a 1. You could write out the full 10, but it's just faster to add the 1. If you did squeeze it in below, that's fine too. Okay, now I've done that part, so I'm going to go ahead and do my tens. So I've got, well, I have 5 plus 3, which was my original, and it's really 50 plus 30. So 5 plus 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 1 more, 9. And we get a total of 91. 91. Is that right? Yes. Let's see. Sorry, sometimes I like to double check. Okay, we'll do the top 3 together. How about that? Number 7. Now number 7, we have a 2-digit number, but we also have a 1-digit number. But it's going to work the same way. Cover up the ones place first. And we have 6 plus 6. Hopefully you know the double. 6 plus 6 equals 12. But again, we can't write 12 down there. That doesn't work. We're going to take the ones, which is 2, and we're going to carry our 10 right over here. All right, so we've done this part. So let's go ahead, and we have 1 plus 1, and that's 2. So our answer is 22. And we could just count on from 16 just to make sure that's correct. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and try number 8. This is the last one I'll do with you, and then you're on your own. All right, here we go. 67 plus 15. All right, let's just ignore this side. We have 7 plus 5, 7 plus 5. In my head, I'm going to do that mentally by just carrying 1 from 7 and adding it to 5. And now I've got 6 plus 6, and 6 plus 6 equals 12. 12, all right. Can't put 12 down there, so I can only take my 1. So I'm going to put my 2 from my 1, or excuse me, from my 12, because 12 is really 10 plus 2, and then I'll carry the 10. And I'm just going to show it with a 1 this time. All right, now we're going to focus on this side, on the 10 side. We have 1 plus 6, which is 7, plus 1 more, which is 8. So we get a total of 82, 82 for our answer. I hope that helped you. Before you continue on with your math workbook, there is an extra video from Sal at Khan Academy where he shows you not only the way you can do it vertically, but he shows you it with the place value blocks, with the proof drawing as well. So I'd like you to watch that. So you can so when this is done, go watch that Sal video. It's pretty short, like 5 minutes. And then you are going to work on, you're going to finish page 250, 251, and 252. There's a puzzled penguin. He's definitely not correct. And one thing to note, when you get to the section of your workbook that says write the vertical form, then add, follow the directions please, and write the vertical form. Vertical just means up and down. So if for number 15, it says 65 plus 8, you would write it 65 plus 8. And then we use this line here as our equal sign, okay? It's our equal sign. So you have to write those in the vertical form and then solve them. Please make sure you are practicing the new group addition method. All right, good luck and good job. Bye.